The last area I want to touch on before I actually take you through a overview of the actually putting together a shaker page or a template for the shaker pages is the ad manager that we've got built into the plugin. The ad manager allows you to put in either images or snippets of code or JavaScript, depending on what you're working with, whether it's AdSense. You can put the AdSense ads in here. You can put code from Max Bounty or an actual just an image ad that links somewhere. You can put it in here so that when you're creating your template, your shaker page, you can add that anywhere on the content, and it's going to show up on all the posts that are created through the plugin. So first thing is you want to set an ad name. So I'm just going to call this one body image, just because it's going to be in the body of the text. Make sure that I'm in visual. I want to go ahead and add media because I'm going to be uploading a image file. I'm just going to use the sample HCG diet here. I wanted to make sure that it's linking to a custom URL. Let's just say that this is the trackingurl.com. Basically, whatever tracking code you get from whether it be Max Bounty or any of the CPA places, or if it's just going straight to another website that you own, just make sure that it links to something if it's meant to be a clickable ad, and you want to make sure you insert it into the post. Now the other thing you want to do is you want to set the alignment. Just think ahead of where you're going to place this in your article, and if you want it to be left aligned, right aligned. So for now I'm just going to make this left aligned, make sure that it's updated, and create ad. So it's going to show you here the code that you have to use to actually use that ad in the content. It's going to show a preview of the ad, and if you highlight it, it's actually going to show you that it's a clickable image, and if you were to click on it, it would take you, but I just created a dummy URL. Now the other kind of ad, let's say for example that we copy a Max Bounty snippet of code. So let me just pause the video real quick. I'm going to head into my Max Bounty account and just grab a random tracking ad. Okay, so I just grabbed a random snippet of code from Max Bounty. No idea what the offer is even about, but just something to show you on here what you would do. So once you have the snippet of code from Max Bounty, come over to the text side of things, copy it in there, and you'll see that it's just a link with an image. But depending on where you get your code from, you might have to do things a little bit differently to get them to align left or right. I know with this specific one I've had some issues before, because if I go to visual, the actual image is not going to show up, so I can't highlight it and choose the align left or right. So I'm just going to show you a quick little trick what to do in that case. Basically what you would do is you would just put this code within a div tag, and you would we'll have this below this video so you can just copy and paste. But basically what this is saying, it's that the style, it's floating to the left, so if you wanted this to actually be on the right, you would change that to right, and it's adding a padding of 10 pixels all throughout it, so that way they're spacing for the actual image. And then you just got to make sure that you close the div tag as well. So just like I said, depending on the network that you're getting this from or what you're using, you might have to do something like this, and it's probably something in the future that will hard code in to where you can easily just put it to float left or right, no matter where you're bringing the code in. But just wanted to show that quick little tip in there. And we're just gonna say, I'm just gonna call this Max Bounty and create that ad. Now it's not gonna show any kind of preview because we did add it in the text side of things, but when you put this into the content and it generates the page, you'll be able to see see that and have that ad show up throughout the whole site.